Hi. The first phase of menopause, the perimenopause, which for the psychological phase we call separation. And it's called separation because the desire becomes stronger and stronger to move away from the world, to retreat home back into ourselves. And it can be quite a long time. So it might, for some women don't notice it at all, right? For some people, it can be a 10-year process from your late 30s or early 40s through to your early 50s. So it might be quite a long time, but within that phase, you will have times of surrender, of that release, of that next phase. These phases are not necessarily a linear process, and you can dip into the other phases as you go along. So I wanted to think a bit about how we can go from separation to surrender. How do I get there? And it's a sort of a formula, I think, for this transition would be to reduce cortisol. And the reason why we want to do that, reduce our stress levels, is because we can only have a nourishing relationship with ourselves when we're not stressed about it. And it's a bit like resolving an argument with a friend, say. So, you're really furious and you just really, it's really unbearable and you can't find ways forward and you're just so busy holding the tension and so flipping angry that you can't negotiate at that point. The level of tension has to be lowered before you can communicate clearly and kindly. And this is the same goes for our relationship with ourselves. We have to feel calm enough to navigate and negotiate. Okay, well, I can't sleep at the moment, but maybe I can sit for 5 minutes with my cup of tea and just be quiet and shut my eyes for 5 minutes now, to navigate the critical voices, say. Well, I hear that voice, but actually I need to park that at the moment and take care of my inner child. And that is something that only can happen when we've reduced the cortisol. So how you do that, of course, is as unique and as wonderful as you are. But resting, going slowly or slower, sleeping more where you can, and really pulling in mindful practices, whether that's meditation or mindful movement or my favourite, Yoga Nidra. I have free Yoga Nidras and paid for ones if you want to check those out. All sorts of ways of reducing your stress. To move from separation to surrender, the key is to reduce the tension so that you can be a best friend to yourself.